welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to take you through a full day of eating. So you've probably already seen, or you will have already seen, my pre-workout meal, snack. I pretty much have the same thing on repeat. I just find that it works. It doesn't make us feel bloated or too full or anything like that. It's really carb heavy. The only thing that I would say with it, oh, here's Wesley as always. You want to say hello? Say hello to the guys. Oh, there. You don't understand what's going on, do you? Oh, yeah, the only thing that I would say, obviously, with us training early in the morning is that, don't get us wrong, it doesn't take long to make, and I have everything out on the side kind of ready to go. But it does just add a bit of time when it's like 5 AM. But like I say, it's just a go-to of mine. I was thinking this morning, to be fair, I might make some like banana bread or some banana muffins that I can just like, especially, it's still very warm, but especially as the weather starts to get colder, and then like I can heat it up and have something warm, and then I have like my cacao drink, which has got like collagen in, bone broth for some protein, and then cacao's like a slow release energy. So that was that, and then I put a snippet in there of my workout today. It was just like hip mobility, some work on my weak glute, some extra work, just like banded, very light, some deep core, and then I just did the same also for 20 minutes, just steady state. And then I've made my matcha, and then I have prepped this week, which is on my shorts now, which, yeah, it'll be on my shorts by the time this goes on, overnight apple pie, oats. So again, just prepped all of this. I stored the apples separately because I stewed the apples, and then I just added it all together, so really nice and quick when I come in, so I can eat my breakfast and then get started with work and get cracking with my day. I like a good productive start to the day. It feels like much better in my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go and eat this. I think Wesley wants to be out. I goes through these phases of wanting to be out in the garden, because he gets a treat when he comes in. So I don't know if he actually needs the toilet because he literally just went out. But anyway, I go and let him out, have this, and I've also made green and lemon tea that I'll have after while I'm working. And yeah, then I'll just refuel after that session. Made my mid-morning coffee. If you've watched any of my other full day of eating videos, guys, you'll know that I have a pretty similar routine each day. I am a creature of habit, but yeah, here we are. So I think it's a bad thing in some ways. So yeah, just having my coffee. I try to just have one coffee a day. I find for me personally, if I have too much caffeine, it really makes us anxious. I just don't like that feeling. But I do love a nice coffee. I do have some days have like two, but I try to like limit it at that when I have a matcha as well. Matcha's not as harsh, but yeah, I just try to think about how I'll feel after, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, I want all the coffee. Like today I feel very tired, so I'm in the luteal phase. I'm on cycle day 22 as I film this, and I was poorly last week, and then I've it's been a funny one. Like I felt poorly, then felt better, then felt poorly again. I just feel like it's a bit like ongoing. I do feel better. I still feel a little bit like bleh, but I woke up today and like I had an alright sleep, so very good with the Oura ring now, like tracking my sleep and stuff. It's very interesting to see, like the times that I think I'm getting into bed early, but like the quality of my sleep and stuff. But I woke up and I had a headache and I just felt so tired and I couldn't be bloody bothered. Like the way I feel today is like how I feel when I enter this like the later stages of the luteal phase. Like I find it very hard to film. Like I had a meeting there this morning. Like it's not that anything personal to anyone, I just don't want to talk. I want to be so silent. Like I kind of retreat, and I know speaking to a lot of women that, you know, I'm not alone with this, and it's weird. I feel like I'm like an extroverted intro and introverted extrovert, like I'm somewhere in between typical Libra. But in all seriousness, like I say, this is like totally normal to feel this way, and with the change in your hormones in this phase, it can just make you kind of want to retreat, and this is like our inner autumn. So it's kind of like a hibernation like type vibe, which is what I feel like. So I'm so ready for the bare months. Like I see so many people talking about this, and like, sorry to my summer lovers, and I do like the summer, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd say July and August are two of my least favourite months, along with January and February. I just not that big of a fan. I mean, the UK, we've had an alright summer this year. The UK doesn't really have that good of a summer, but like, so for starters, but when it is nice, like yesterday it was nice, but I've just like got stuff to do. Like I don't want to sit in the garden and work and not see my screen and be sweaty, and no, like I love going on holiday and, you know, like doing a bit of sunbathing and like being out in the warm and all that sort of stuff. But for me, no, which is mad because I've lived abroad like twice now. I was in Australia for 2 years, I lived in Spain for a year, and I hammered the sun. Did loads of sunbathing, whereas now I'm just not that interested. And I have always been a bit of an autumn baby, but the bare months like September to December are my favourite months of the year. I am actually going on holiday in October though, but never mind. But yeah, so I'm very much ready for like the autumn, but I feel like I'm in my inner autumn anyway, so just wanted to highlight that about this phase. So anyways, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I am eating in a small surplus at the minute. So today comes to around 2,400 calories. My maintenance calories are around 2,200 to 2,300, so a very small surplus for me. Just making sure that I keep an eye and be mindful on the quality of my nutrition. This is the first time in a long time that I've intentionally been in a surplus. I've definitely been in one without like tracking and stuff like that. I have a lot of time off tracking and stuff, but I've been tracking at the minute just to make sure that I'm eating enough protein, especially with trying to fix my muscle imbalance. I want to make sure that I am hitting my targets just for that. Again, I have some days off and some meals out where I don't track and stuff like that. Like on Sunday we had like a Greek gyros wrap and we went out for a walk. Didn't track that. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like I'm not like that rigid in that sense. I do think it's important to just look at tracking as a tool, but as I say, for the most part, just to make sure I'm hitting my targets for this specific goal that I've got at the minute. I am. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So this day is like 2,400, which is a lovely amount of food, and definitely helps in this phase, like when energy is feeling a bit lower. I would normally in this phase maybe increase my calories ever so slightly anyway, just to account for the increase in our metabolisms, because we burn 100 to 300 calories more per day. So yeah, I'm feeling nice and well fueled, which is a good thing, but I'm just definitely feeling like my energy and my mood's like plummeted a little bit today. Like I've had a bit of like a dull headache, which is not ideal because my job's all on a screen. I did feel better after going to the gym this morning, like getting some movement in, and I was like really chugging my water with my electrolytes and stuff to just rehydrate my body. So I always find that helps with like a headache, and all the more reason not to have too much caffeine. And yeah, I feel better for that. I'm just gonna try and obviously get my screen work done as quickly as I can. I mean, it's quite difficult. It's my job. I wear my blue light glasses and stuff. I feel like I always do this. I go off on a tangent, and I'm probably gonna listen to this back and think you've just not even said the whole point. Yes, that was it. My energy and my mood just today. But I feel a bit better as the day's going on, like I say. But I really feel that my water retention is like increased massively. This morning I'm really feeling it, especially like around my lower tummy area, which is where I typically tend to feel it. Probably will be a bit in my face and stuff again, like a lot of people will see it in like their legs or their face and whatever. I don't really tend to notice it as much in my legs, but definitely for me, like my midsection, like around my lower tummy, sometimes see it in my face. Is where I feel that, and I think as well because this has like been in a surplus, I maybe will feel it a little bit more, but all the more reason to just be mindful of my nutrition, stay on top of my water. I drink herbal teas throughout the day, so I had like a green tea there, This morning I drink a lot of like lemon and ginger, peppermint, be drinking like 2 or 3 litres of water a day, which I usually do, and actually just going to make sure I get to bed early tonight, like minimising stress. I'm going to have a sauna later as well, so all these little things just to help and make sure that I get enough rest, and that should hopefully help to ease the water retention a little bit and try and keep the stress to a minimum. We can try with that. So it was it wasn't a stressful day yesterday, but I did the pre-sale for my cycle phase recipe ebook, which I will link below because by the time this video goes out it will be fully released. The link is in my bio, but I'll put it in the description as well if you did want to grab a copy. I've packed as many recipes and as much information in there as I possibly can for the price, and you get to keep it for life. But yeah, I'd cocked up on the pre-sale link and the link wasn't working, so I felt a bit stressed, and I feel like it set off the day that I just felt stressed all day. So I need to try and keep that to a minimum. But anyway, I've been chatting for ages here, so I am going to go and crack on with a little bit more work, and then I'm gonna have my lunch and then I think take Wesley for a walk. I think the weather's been very on and off today, so hopefully no rain, so we can get weenie out and stay dry. Oh my gosh. Was also prepped, guys, so just heated it up, and then I kept the lettuce separately because I didn't want to heat that up, so just mix it into a bowl. I could have put it in the Tupperware, but I just thought I'd rather have a bigger bowl because yesterday I put it in the Tupperware and I was like, okay, this is a bit, I'm a bit of a messy eater actually, which I don't even know where that's come from. Like Aaron bought us a bib for my birthday one year. Rude. I just feel like I suddenly always dribble my food. And then I made a peppermint tea to help with digestion for after, just to help with this luteal phase joy that I'm experiencing today. Can't talk. And then I just actually poured a coconut water as well, just for some extra hydration. Again, like to beat water retention, you need to drink enough water, which kind of seems like counterproductive, but I always like to stay on top of my hydration, as I mentioned. So yeah, I'm gonna go and enjoy this. I really enjoyed it yesterday. Again, the recipe is in my shorts for the luteal phase meal prep, which I will attempt to link to this video, see if my technical skills will allow that. But yeah, really quick and easy to make, and then just really simple to reheat, and the adding the lettuce is obviously optional, but just some extra nutrients in there. So yeah. Okay, I have just finished my lunch. That was so nice. I felt it was really filling. So gonna go and walk Wesley. It's nice and sunny. So just get some sunshine on my skin. I like to just walk like without like headphones or anything. I don't know if I've spoke about it on YouTube before, but I'm actually deaf in this ear. I have a tattoo. See if I can show you guys behind my left ear there. It's like a no sound one that I got when I lived in Australia. It's a tattoo that I wanted for ages when I was living there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and get it. It's not the best. I would love to get it like changed if I could, but I don't know if I'll be able to, sorry. Anyway, I sometimes don't really like having my headphones on. Just my hearing, as I say, isn't the greatest anyway, and then I worry when I've got Wesley and just like making sure that he's okay, and if anyone's coming or if there's another dog, especially if he's off the lead and stuff. So and to be honest, I just quite like the peace and quiet of just going for a walk and not listening to any loud noise, especially today. So I don't actually use my headphones in the gym because I train with Aaron. But this morning, like normally I don't mind that kind of music, but it was proper like bouncing. I felt like it was just bouncing with my head, and I was like, not in the mood for this. But anyway, so I'm gonna go and just have hopefully a nice peaceful walk in the sunshine with Weenie, come back, crack on with some work. I've got some content to edit and upload for my page and for my Energized coaching page as well, and then I will have a little afternoon snack to keep us going. Just got back from my walk with Basil. It was actually so hot, like the sun's out pretty much for the whole walk. Went into the woods, which was really nice. Like I say, I am a bare month girl, I'm an autumn girl. It's when I thrive, but it is nice going for walks in this when it's not too hot, because then Wesley doesn't get muddy and I don't need to bath him when we come back, which is much better. And obviously my house doesn't get really muddy. But anyway, I'm just going to make a drink. So as I said, I've been drinking lots of water, lots of herbal teas, which I do anyway, but definitely helps in the luteal phase. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I do often just put like cordial, like juice, into my water just for a bit of flavour. Like, don't get us wrong, I do like a water, but I've got to be in the mood for it. Like, if I'm like really thirsty, but I do just like something with a bit of flavour. But one thing that I really like, instead of having juice all the time, is it's basically like what I call a mojito. So I have like half a lime in there, like just squeeze in the juice and then put it in. I realise you can't see, I'm gonna just pop you down there. There we go, I've still got my tea there. Yeah, so squeeze that in and then put it in, and then I get mint leaves, which I've knocked it open there, and also just, oh my god, I can't open them, pop those in, just like a few of them. Sometimes put cucumber in this as well, which is just, it's really nice and refreshing. I do like a juice, don't get us wrong, but I just feel like this is really refreshing, just adds a bit of flavour. So I just squish it in like that, and I'll just let it kind of settle for a little bit. But oh my goodness, if you like a mojito like me, not that I drink much anymore, like, but if you do like a mojito, this is just divine. Just so nice. Yeah, just thought I'd put yours onto that one, guys. So I'm just having a little snack whilst I have a work break. So I made these apricot and ginger little like energy ball bites. So I actually made them, I was going to make them more as a bar, but when I put them in the freezer as set, they hadn't gone like that hard, so I was able to roll them into some little energy balls. But you can also just have them like bars, whatever kind of works really, but just quite a quick one to like grab and go, especially because I've still got work to do. So I'm gonna quickly have this and then crack on with some work for a few more hours, and then have my little sauna before making din-dins. Hello guys, looking like Legolas here. Actually opened the camera, I was like, oh, hello Orlando Bloom. Anyway, I'm just about to make my dinner. I've had a shower and everything. I've not washed my hair, hence why it's like still in this slick back position, because I put some what's it called, pomade on when I had my ponytail in today. So anyway, I'm making a gnocchi bolognese from my cycle phase recipe ebook. So I thought I would show you guys how I make it. This is such a simple one, and one that I just really comfort in. It's actually really sunny outside, but mentally I'm in autumn, as I say. So I'm gonna chop some of the veg and, like I say, talk you guys through it. So I'm just gonna bring you down here so you can see just in my pages. I just like to have a shower and get my pages on before I eat my dinner. So I'm such a nana. So this is a really good one. Also, please don't judge my chopping skills. A really good one just to pack loads of veggies in. So we've got courgette here, and we've got carrot, and we've got pre-chopped mushrooms because I'm a lazy cow. And then frozen chopped onion, again, lazy cow, frozen chopped garlic, and frozen chopped basil. I actually get quite a lot of frozen stuff. It's cheaper and just easier. I just do not like cutting onions. I will literally refrain if I can. I get frozen red onion and frozen like brown onion. and it's just been a game changer. And it lasts ages, to be fair. Like I say, I feel like it works out much cheaper. So yeah, but you can pack anything into this. I've also got some spinach to put in, so literally like 5 a day in one meal, which is amazing because I've already had loads of veggies and fruit and stuff today, so lots of nutrients. And you could chop these really small as well, if you wanted to, like especially like for people who've got like families potentially, or people who just feel a bit fussier with food. I mean, I used to hate onion when I was younger and would refuse to eat it, and a story that sticks out in my mind that my stepmom's told us since is that she'd made this, actually was a spaghetti bolognese, and she literally said to her one day, she said I was really picky, and I did used to be a really fussy eater, so I was really picky, and one day she'd made bolognese and I told her it was the best bolognese she'd ever made, and she told us she'd finally chopped onion and put it in the sauce. I mean, I can't imagine not liking onion now, it's one of my favourite things. But I mean, how funny, like I just didn't even know she'd fully conned us. She must have been thinking, ah, you little liar, you love onion. But yeah, I just always remember that story, and it's like I say, I have these quite chunky. Oh my god, cutting carrots is just cutting vegetables, to be honest, not my favourite thing. But yeah, I've totally lost my train of thought as per usual. But yeah, sorry, you could chop them more finely if you wanted to. I will chop these carrots a little bit smaller. But I do buy a lot of like pre-cut stuff just for time, which frozen is pretty good for, to be fair. So I do usually get frozen carrots actually. But yeah, so just chopping these up. Again, please don't judge my cutting skills. And then this is just like a 1-pan recipe because gnocchi goes in last and takes like 2 minutes. You could also do this recipe with any type of pasta. It's a nice like a one where you can just switch things up with. So okay, I think that's literally everything. So like I say, I just use my big wok pan for this. Like a low, like medium heat. Again, I'm not really a chef. Like I say, I've released a recipe ebook. I wouldn't describe myself as a chef, to be quite honest, but I just actually really enjoy cooking, and I just absolutely love food. So put in the oil, and then the frozen garlic. Honestly, game changer. Put in a bit of that. Again, I love garlic. And then I'm going to put the onion in. I have like a bit of an issue with this bag because it's split open, so this is the last of this bag. So saves any tears. And just let that heat up a little bit. And then just gonna, there we go, lovely. And then I'm gonna put the mince in. So the mince meat, again, if you're veggie, you could swap this out for like lentils. I used to, a while ago, have like a really nice lentil bolognese that I was a bit obsessed with. I've made that for a while, to be fair. But yeah, like I say, for a veggie option, you could also get that. Another thing that this might really work well, that was terrible English. Another thing that this would probably work really well with, to make like a chicken lasagna. Maybe even like some pulled chicken would be really good in this. Like I say, loads of options. I love that about recipes, and like what gives me inspiration, like how you can like have like a few different meals from one recipe, if that makes sense. So just like swapping out a protein for a protein and all that sort of stuff. And another one, veggie that people often add to bolognese as well as celery. I just really do not like celery. I've tried so hard to like it. I just can't. So that's another one that you could add in. So as I say, like a really versatile meal, this one. I just swap things out for, which if you've seen any of my like full day eatings and stuff, any of my Instagram stories, I'm always like eating kind of like the same meal on repeat, but I just switch things up with it. So it doesn't feel like the same meal, especially if you feel like you get bored with like certain, like eating the same thing and stuff. It just does save like food waste, it saves time and money and just effort of thinking about it, to be honest. So yeah, Hope that's helpful, guys. So just cooking up this mince right now, and then I'll just start adding in the veggies, to be honest, so that they can get nice and soft. Just put the carrot and courgette in first because they'll take a little bit longer to soften up, and then I'll add the mushrooms. Again, not really a chef, I just kind of wing it, and if it tastes good then I'm happy with that. So yeah. So while that's cooking, I'll just show you what else we've got to go in. So we've got the chopped basil, which I think I might put in soon. And then you want like a stock, or you can use bone broth. Like I just use this beef bone broth for some extra protein, just for a bit of extra flavour. And it's really good for your gut health as well. So obviously we've got the mushrooms, got the spinach, and I'm also going to add, so for the sauce, I'm going to add balsamic vinegar, I couldn't remember what it was there, some red tomato paste, and I said that really funny there, and then passata. So really nice and simple. I did used to buy the jar ones, like the jar bolognese, which there's nothing wrong with. Again, I'm all about convenience, especially when we're all so busy. But actually, this is like a really nice taste of the basil and the garlic and stuff. So yeah. I just realised that the vinegar was blocking the shot there. I could also put tomatoes in this to be fair. Yeah, just pop the mushrooms in. Oh, my mother is calling me. Sorry guys, my mum rang. I just couldn't get her off the phone. She was just gassing away. So it's pretty much made. I've just got a timer on now. The gnocchi has less than 30 seconds. So I just put it literally all in a pan, like what a joy. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of parmesan on top, and lovely. So nice quick one. I don't actually know how long it took now, obviously waffling with my mum, but I'd say no longer than 15 minutes including all the chopping and stuff, which I don't think is too bad, especially after a busy day. Again, this is why I'm all for the convenience. And Wesley's getting his tea. Oh, there we go. Little weedy boy. Are you getting your tea? Are you getting your tea? Where are you going? Oh! Just plating up food. Wesley, this is when Wesley comes alive, when we decide to make food, to be fair. Aaron's normally our sous chef, but I gave him the night off tonight.
I've earned it.
Yeah. I was just trying to get a little chomp out of him there. It didn't work.
No, I'm not rising to your shenanigans. This is what I have to deal with. Just trying to wind me up 24/7.
Oh, because you never ever.
I've got my violin out.
Watched Jurassic. What did we watch again the other night?
Jurassic Park.
Oh, was it actually Jurassic Park?
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
It was shite.
Shite. Don't watch it.
They created an Alien versus Predators, not a dinosaur.
Yeah, I was going to say that wasn't a bloody dinosaur. So yeah, this is all just about done. I don't know. Did you pick something to watch on Netflix?
Yeah, Trainwreck Poop.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, Trainwreck Poop.
Is that a series?
It's a series, yeah. It is about a cruise ship. Has a fire, an engine fire, and they get stranded at sea.
Right.
Yeah. In 2013.
Oh.
So now we're going to find out, I'm assuming, they just all poop everywhere, and it's disgusting.
This doesn't sound you know, if it was up to me, we'd be watching like Gossip Girl or something.
Nah, because we already watched that.
Yeah, See, I've already made Aaron watch it. Aaron had already watched it before.
I was going to say, you didn't make me watch nothing. I was ready.
We've been watching Maths, to be fair, Maths Australia, so we watched like the latest series and the one before. But Aaron wanted a break. I would have just carried on watching that. But yeah, what else have we been watching? We watched that one on Netflix before.
Well, we're watching Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we watched Wednesday, but we're waiting for the rest of those. But yeah, anyway.
Then we watched Amy Bradley last night.
Oh yeah, we watched the Amy Bradley documentary. That just makes us feel sad, to be honest. And I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this. Yeah, the Amy Bradley one was sad. Just feels so sad for our family. And made us never want to go on a cruise ship. So a little bit of salt and peps. You could put this in the sauce, to be fair, as well. Didn't really do that, but there we go, all done.
Here we have it, guys. We have a bolognese gnocchi.
And I've got my sleep day as well, and my magnesium to have with it. Can't wait. Just made a little yogurt bowl again. If you've watched any of my full day of eating like videos, I always just have yogurt, strawberries and honey, typically something sweet to end the day. So I'm gonna enjoy this while we're watching. What's it called? Trainwreck poop ship? Trainwreck poop cruise. Poop cruise, okay. It's a documentary about it. Watched too many bad documentaries about cruises in the last 2 days. I'll not be going on one. But yeah, gonna go watch that. Hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Any questions, pop them below, and I will see you on the next one.